Zebulon takes a loan of 850,000 to buy a house. The interest is 13.25% per annum, compounded monthly. His first installment will commence 1 month after taking out the loan. The first question says calculate his monthly installment over a period of 20 years. So from the opening statement, we have that our present value, the loan amount, is 850,000. Please make sure that you leave a bit of space here so that you can see that this is 800,000. And then our interest is 13%. I'll write it in blue, 13.25% per annum, compounded monthly. Now, we know that the percentage sign means over 100. So I could rewrite this as 13.25 over 100, which is just 0.1325. Okay. Remember that they say that the investment environment is compounded monthly. So obviously you're going to have to divide that by 12 to get your I. So therefore my I is equal to 0.1325 divided by 12. If this statement is said quarterly, then you would have divided it by 4. Okay, so it just depends on how often it compounds. Sharp. So this is what you have there, and they ask you to find the monthly installment over a 20-year period. So we have that our present value formula is x open bracket 1 minus 1 plus I to the power minus n all over I. Remember what you're looking for here. You're looking for the value of x. You're given the present value to be 850,000. You're also given the I as well. So what you're looking for is the x. And you may just go ahead and just make x the subject of the formula immediately there by cross multiplying there, such that on the left hand side you would have p times I, and on the right hand side you have 1 times that, which is just that. All right. So remember that you want to make x the subject of the formula. So you want to get rid of this. The only way to get rid of this is if you divide it by itself so that they can cancel. What you do on one side must also be done on the other side. So therefore, your x, which is the installment, would be p dot I all over 1 minus 1 plus I to the power minus n. So this is how to calculate the regular installment. So in an exam, if they ask you to find the regular installment, you just first of all write the present value formula, and then after just skip to this. You don't have to show this preliminary step to show how you got to that point. Eh? So do this, and then after that just substitute. So I'm going to write it there at the top next to the question. Okay, sharp. So now let's go ahead and substitute. They're looking for the x. My P is 850,000. Remember to leave the space there. My I is 0.1325 over 12 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.1325 over 12 all to the power minus n. What is our n? The n under the present value formula does not represent the number of payments, does not represent the number of years or anything of that sort. N represents, please, this is important. If we miss this, it's curtains. N represents the number of periods until, very, very important, the last statement, until the last payment. All right, so you are looking at a loan that is paid monthly over a period of 20 years. I'll just quickly write a number line of 20 years there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My handwriting is awful, I know. You don't have to mention it. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so this person, remember, took out a loan of 850,000 rands where here at the beginning, né? And now they pay the loan for 20 years, right? Remember that this is the beginning, and then this point is after 1 year, this point is after 2 years, this point is after 3 years, this point is after 30 years, after 20 years, sorry. Sharp. So now they say that this guy makes monthly installments. So he pays his installment at the end of every month. So in year one, in this period rather, there's 12 months, January, February, March, and so on. There's 12 months. So there's 12 periods. There's 12 monthly periods here. There's also 12 monthly periods there, 12 monthly periods there, and so on, right? So the N here, as I said, represents the number of periods until the last payment. So for this specific question, the context of period refers to a month. So N represents the number of periods until the last payment. So the number of periods in the first year is 12, 12, 12, 12 until the 20th year. So it's going to be 12 times 20, which is 240. So therefore, the number of periods until the last payment is 240. So you're going to substitute your N as 240. This is the most crucial part about the present value calculation. You've got to know the value of N. It's very delicate. One mistake, you're out. So just make sure that you understand what that means. My explanation, if you don't understand, you can just go back to the video, rewind, or if you don't understand, you can just send me a DM quickly, and then I'll assist you. But yeah, that represents the number of periods until the last payment. Okay. So this will give us 10,110.16. So that's how much this guy pays at the end of every month, CB loan. Now, if this person was making payments, the installments after every year, so yearly payments, the number of periods would be 20 because you've got 20 periods, right? So therefore, your N will be 20. So this whole number of periods thing is important. If this person was making quarterly installments, then the number of periods until the last payments will be different. So we know that in one year, we have how many quarters? We've got 4 quarters. 4 quarters. Each year's got a quarter. So 4 quarters for 20 years would be 80, right? So therefore, your N would be 80 if this question is in the context of like quarterly payments. So very, very important to understand this whole concept about about the N, okay? Number of periods until the last payment. Next question, 2.22. Determine the outstanding balance on the loan after 13 years. Outstanding balance on the loan after 13 years. So I'm going to go back to my timeline in years. Okay, we are time 13 here. Ne? So they ask you what is the balance outstanding at after 13 years. So what they're essentially asking you is that, like, if immediately after making the payment here, after 13 years, this guy decides, you know what, I don't want to be in the loan anymore. I just want to pay back these people whatever I owe them and then just stop everything. So this guy is asking how much you need to pay in order for him to just cancel everything. So that's what we refer to as the balance outstanding, or the outstanding balance, or balance on the loan, whatever you call it. Okay, so that's how you calculate it. So we are here now. We are here on the 13th year, or after 13 years. So we're looking for the present value there. So it's still the same thing, present value. You're looking for the present value. So you're going to apply the present value formula. Okay, your X is the monthly installment. In this case, we found it to be that amount. We substitute everything. The I remains the same. I'm going to come to the N shortly. The I remains the same. Okay, now we want to substitute the N. Remember what I said about the N. The N represents the number of periods until the last payment. So we are at time 13. You're at time 13. The last payment will be made here at time 20, which is after 20 years. Now, what is the number of periods from here to there? You're not going to count years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember that the context here is that this person pays at the end of every month. So the periods will be measured in months. So one period will be 1 month. So we've got 12 months over this period. We've got 12 months over there, 12 months and so on. So 12 months for how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be 12 times 7. Okay. So this is your N. 12 times 7 is 84. So your N will be 84. That's how you do your calculation. So therefore, the P would be, or the balance outstanding would be. So now what I'm doing now is just punching into my calculator. So how to punch this into your calculator? Just punch this thing as it appears. You're going to write this and then put this. First of all, punch this first into your calculator, that button there. And then after that, put this 10,000 whatnot, and then just punch this as it appears. Bracket 1 minus whatnot. So don't change anything. Ne? Don't leave out any bracket. If you leave out any bracket, you might get an error. So please punch this as it appears. Okay, this is a skill. So you may understand the concept, but if you don't know how to punch, you could get some questions wrong. Ne? So please, yeah, it's important. This gives us a value of 551,619.13. So this value is the amount this guy needs to pay after 13 years in order for him to just cancel the loan and stop paying installments. So yeah, that's what it is.